Verse 2. He said, I wish, dearly beloved, I wish above how many things? All things, that you mayest prosper and be in health, even as your soul prosper. So God created you and I to live a life of greatness, to prosper. Imagine that God said above every other thing, I desire that you first of all prosper. Do you know why? He's aware that your prosperity has a lot to do with holiness. Your prosperity has a lot to do with commitment to him, to the kingdom. He's aware that your prosperity has a lot to do with how much you are relevant to even heaven. Lazarus was holy, died, went to heaven, but was poor, beggarly, staying at the rich man's gate. The Bible even said he had sores. Dogs from the man, they lick the sores. Is that the kind of Christianity you want to be? And at the end, you are earthly useless. Then you just die and carry yourself to heaven. And the same God said, preach the gospel to all creation. How can you preach the gospel that way? Did you hear anywhere when Lazarus was able to preach to anybody? He shared the gospel that made him to become a Christian to anybody. It's not his plan. That is why even when he died, he was courting with Abraham. Because in heaven, your investment here translates in eternity. Behold, I go to prepare a place for you. Which one will they prepare for Lazarus? So when the rich man lifted up his eyes, he saw Lazarus in Abraham's bosom. Did you read in the Bible that in heaven they used to have servants? No, tell me now. In heaven they used to have servants speaking. So what was Lazarus doing in the bosom of Abraham? In heaven. Sir, I need my mansion. We need to So God's desire for your life is that you live in greatness. You do well. You live a meaningful life. And that is because we have a lot to achieve for him here. So he programmed you, created you, wired you for the top to live an excellent life. If you have not seen that in reality in your life, it means something is wrong. It means the enemy is playing with what God has wired you to be. A certain man, when I planted seed, the next, after a short while, the servant went back and said, sir, didn't we plant good seed? But I'm seeing wind everywhere. What did the smoker say? The enemy must have done that. So if you're not seeing the reality of what you were created for, it doesn't mean it's a lie. The devil. So the thief cometh not but to do what? Steal, kill, destroy. So it is the devil's work to destroy your works. He tries to kill you. If it's not possible, he wants to destroy your works. But glory to God, the Bible says, but I have come that you should have life and have it how many times? More abundantly. You see that? So that is his plan, that you live the abundant life. Then we said, number 2, by way of introduction, that every divine possibility or achievement has requirements. Every divine possibility in God has requirements. If God says you will be the head and not the tail, there are things you need to see the reality. That is the simple meaning. And the third thing we said is that a major requirement or need for a quality life here on earth is the need for strong character. You want to live a meaningful life? You want to see the reality of the promise of God, of why you were created? Insist on having a solid quality character. And I told you about the quote that says, principal men are men to become a principal person, you must ensure you follow principles, godly principles. And we saw that in the lives of men like Daniel, like in Daniel chapter 1 where we read. He purposed in his heart that he will not defile himself. Everybody in the palace, they were eating that food. Daniel said, no, I will not eat. I am aware that this food passed through some corruption. Give me only vegetable. Men like Job, the wife said, curse God and die. The man said, for you, why I feel like all of this food children? Stood. He was a principal man because he had principles. Daniel had principles. Everybody may bow down, but I cannot. If it's to born, we don't care, but for bowing, I will not. That is principle. It makes you a principal person. How about Jesus? Jesus was a principal person. Do you imagine now? If you imagine you have all the powers, and somebody say if you have power, turn stone to bread, and you know you can perform the miracle. But he said, no, I have not come for a show. And the devil cannot debate for me when to perform it. See, there are some of us that the devil makes us to pray prayer that we didn't plan to pray. No, don't pray on the terms of the devil. Sometimes ignore him. He becomes ashamed. Something happens, he's calling you at night. Instead of to Father, you know, saying, to hell with you, devil. This time is for my sleep. He will be shocked. That is faith. You stretch your faith. Job, Samuel, Daniel, they were men of principle. No wonder they were principal people. It came to a time Samuel stood before the congregation and said, anybody here that I have taken your money or your ram or lamb, tell me. Nobody stood up. Nobody. Samuel grew up with Eli, and all Eli's children were corrupt boys. They sleep with women inside church. Take the part of meat that they were not authorized. Yet Samuel grew with uprightness. God, our father used to say, when there are no principles, when there are no examples, become the example. You are looking for who should set the example for you to. Can you not set the example? Samuel did not see any good example, but he grew up to be different. And after that, we moved on to look at what is character. All that I have said, we were just introducing the topic. And number one, we say character is what? Consistency.